The fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar is genuinely sad.
This white woman was dragged for saying that she preferred black men, and she was really dragged by the black community. But of course, let us watch the video to the end and see the reason why she was dragged for saying what she's saying.
It's the fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar is genuinely sad, and is a reflection of how our white supremacist society feels about black men. Like, genuinely, I could come on here and say that I love black women and no one would bat an eye. But the fact that all of a sudden black men are involved, somehow there isn't a genuine reason to love black men. So many Americans' minds are still so colonized and still so indoctrinated by racial pseudoscience from hundreds of years ago is astounding. There is so much work that needs to be done. Like, people cannot fathom the fact that I could love a black man for something aside from his body. Can't fathom the fact that I genuinely enjoy being around black men. A lot of the times when I'm with white men, I feel unseen. I feel more objectified because I feel like white men don't understand me as a person as much as a black man would, because at least black men understand what it's like to be like sexualized and objectified. So there's some level of understanding, although it's completely different. There's still, I feel like, greater empathy that I experience between myself and a black man than with me and a white man. Just based off my personal dating history, the black men that I have dated have been the most genuine, kind people. Like, there are reasons that I could prefer to date people that aren't just based off their bodies. And the fact that folks can't process that is like, y'all really don't view black men as anything else than a body. Also, these people say that I'm stealing black men away, like they don't have autonomy in their decisions. And it's so sad to me because there have been white women have come to me and said, I was thinking about dating black men, but I'm scared of what the white community will think, or I'm scared of being judged by white people. And it's like, that is so sad. Like, black men are already the most terrorized, villainized people in our country. And the fact that they aren't allowed to have genuine love towards them, or it's not even understood that they could possibly be lovable people, is insane. So yeah, this is why I'm so passionate about it, because like literally like white people refuse to talk about these things, and it's like, if we continue to just be silent on things because we're afraid we're gonna be a bad person for slipping up somehow, like nothing's gonna change.
It's very uncomfortable to watch videos of white women making such comments like this. Oh, I prefer black men to white men just because I feel like they need to be loved because of what they're going through, you know. Yes, you can love anybody. You can fall in love with any race, anybody. But then, was this video necessary? Was it? A lot of black creators got so much to say, which I'm going to be sharing some of the videos we also watch.
The fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
Now, this is only my opinion. Nobody has to agree with me. Just keep things respectful, as I'm going to do as I'm replying to this young lady right here. Now, watch a few of your videos that you put out on this situation, and I want to touch bases on a couple things. In one part of your video, you said this.
People cannot fathom the fact that I could love a black man for something aside from his body.
I don't think that people are saying that you can't love a black man for something other than his body, but what you're saying is that you're only going to choose to love a man that has a specific type of body. When you say I only date black men, what you're saying is if you don't have that black body, I'm not going to date you or even look your way. And ultimately, it's the body of a black man that you ultimately love and want to date. Just like there's good black men in the world that treat women good, there's good white men that treat women good. Asian men that treat women good, Somalian men that treat women good, and so forth and so forth. But what you're saying is everybody else is automatically counted out because they don't have that body. You also explained about your negative experiences that you've had with white men. But then you took those negative experiences and then you categorized all white men with them, and you automatically said, okay, I feel like this is going to be all white men, so I'm canceling all of them out. Just like when somebody says, I only date white men, they're automatically taking negative experiences that they've had with black men or somebody else, or somebody else's negative experiences that they've had, and they categorize all men of that color together and say, okay, I'm just canceling all of them out as a whole. And that's not fair to the men of that skin color that you're automatically canceling out. It's okay to date who you like to date, but what's not right is putting somebody else down while you're putting somebody else up. You literally did a video where you're putting white men down and lifting black men up. I would be pissed off too if I was a white man. Just like when people do a video putting white men up and black men down, it pisses me off. People don't have to put somebody else down to lift somebody else up. And it's okay to have your preference. That's why we say to love everybody regardless of their sexual preference. But what's wrong is not having empathy for other people. When you come out and acknowledge to the world in public, saying I only date black men, you have to understand that's going to hurt people and make people feel some type of way. Not necessarily because they don't want you to date somebody else, but they're hurt because they're basically counseled out without you even knowing them. You're saying no matter how great of a person they are, no matter how well they treat women, they would never have a shot at you because of their skin color. This is no disrespect or hate towards you at all, my sister, but I do want to touch other parts of this video and another video you did on your channel. But I do love you, and I'll do a part 2 later.
The fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
So my question comes, why do you have to voice your love for a specific demographic? Why are you pro-black men and not pro-black people? And it's crazy how the TikTok algorithm works, but I was literally just talking about this, how weird I think it is to do stuff like this, whether it's a black man or a black woman, whether it's a white man or a white woman doing it. Fetishizing black people is so damn weird. Do you know how many posts I come across in a day of women talking about, oh, I love black men with dreads. I should have known he was a red flag. He was a dark-skinned black man with dreads. Do you not realize how inherently harmful this is to our people? That's why people have such an uproar about it. And you say that you don't see the uproar when people come on here praising black women. Let me be the first to tell you that I'm one of those people that hate that. I hate the fetishization of our men and women. It's weird. We're not doll babies. We're not Barbies. We cannot be objectified by things that are in our culture. You're talking about people are still indoctrinated by the racial pseudoscience, whatever. But it's your same demographic of people upholding that. That's why voicing that you have a strong love for a specific race is so weird to me. Regardless of the race, regardless of men and women, it's weird. You notice the patterns that the people who feel like they have to voice their love for black men so much, or even black women, are usually the ones who will not have black men and women's backs when shit really goes down in society against us, especially black men. Yeah. Your video is extremely harmful to the black community, but especially black women.
The fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
I believe people can love whoever the hell they want to. Hell, I seen a TV show where a woman married a tree. So if white women can have coitus with conifers, I see no problem with Caucasians courting African Americans. Serena Williams got a white man that don't take away from her black. Kamala Harris got a white man that don't take away from her blackness. Goddamn black man get a white wife, he gotta be an Uncle Tom. Or even worse, a Republican. Are those two synonymous? I'm just fucking with you, black Republicans, you so sensitive ass motherfuckers. Don't let Michael B. Jordan marry a white woman. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Black women will be so mad they'll burn sage for 20 years. I mean, I seen a white man fall in love with a dog. I mean, white people just fall in love with anything, y'all. You know, just let them be. If they gonna fall in love with anything, might as well be a black person. I mean, the whole world gonna wind up looking like Steph Curry anyway. Eventually, we gonna be one big ass pot of light skin with burnt edges. Yep, the whole human civilization is gonna look like cornbread. I mean, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. I just so happen to think the black women are the shit, so I married one. But if I thought white women were the shit, Hispanic women were the shit, Asian women were the shit, I would've married one of them motherfuckers too. And what the fuck we worried about who other people fucking anyway? I like Crayola box kids. I mean, I like people that just look like they everything. Where you come from? Where your people from? Everywhere.
The fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men.
And posts like that are why I will always side-eye white women that come out their mouth and say, oh, I can't be racist. I have a black baby dad. I have a black boyfriend. You can very much so be pro-black man and anti-black woman. See it every day. What really threw me off was that she was actively playing into the triangulation that black men like to use non-black women for. Like, she started the video like, if I were to say, you know, I love black women, nobody would say anything. But when I say I love black men, it's all this kickback. Girl, black women have been getting bashed by all groups, including black men, since forever. So, yeah, when the reverse comes about and we're actually being uplifted, why would there be any kickback? And that wasn't the only time she mentioned black women in the video. She also mentioned something about black women being mad that they're stealing our men, and it's just like, that's why black women be side-eyeing these interracial relationships, because they just can't seem to exist in bliss without bringing up black women or using us to triangulate in some capacity. It's really weird. So she also goes on to say that black men are the kindest, they are the nicest, they are totally villainized and victimized in this society. She understands racism, and she understands how, you know, white people play into that. I'm like, okay, you have a grasp of that, but do you know what misogynoir is, girl? So you can grasp racism is causing discrimination against black men. So can you grasp that that same racism is affecting black women, coupled with misogyny, because we live in a patriarchal society. So black women are facing both racism and misogyny at the same time, which would mean that black men experience a level of privilege in a patriarchal society. And I'm glad that you've had a great experience with black men, but what we're not going to do is just totally gaslight the fact that the black femicide rate is out of control at this time. So I'm not sure if she's fully aware of the harm that she's perpetuating. And, you know, if she was just someone that was outright like, yeah, you know, I'm pro-black male, girl, have your day, have fun. But don't claim to be pro-black and an ally to all black people when you're okay with some level of harm to the women in that community.
The fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
You see, guys? White girls can be passport bros too, yay! Aria here says that she loves black men because when she's around white men, she feels unseen. White boys are mean to her, and black guys are nice because they've been sexually objectified and treated bad like her. She can relate. She says that if she came on here and said that she loves black women, no one would bat an eye. She says people don't realize that there can be a genuine reason to love black men. And all the reasons she gave involves them treating her nice and being oppressed by her own people. Sorry, white boys, you haven't been oppressed enough for her. Dating people just to please you and treat you nice isn't objectifying them, no. Sounds like a passport bro to me. She wants to say whatever she wants to say about black men and not be criticized. What a privilege. Please stay out of relationships with people that have to put down their own kind. It's self-hate.
The fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
You want to know why there's such an uproar? Because we see through your crap. We know that people like you only say that, oh, I love black men, I want a black boyfriend, because you only see us as your little BBC fetish. And half of the time, well, not even half of the time, 9 times out of 10, y'all be racist, y'all be abusive, y'all be weird, and, you know, y'all are just not good people, you know, and you hide it behind this pseudo activism when the whole time you're just fetishizing us. So that's just not cool. We see through that, and I wish more black men saw through that. because we would have less of you.
And yes, of course, you cannot love black men and hate the women that give birth to these black men. As usual, I'd like to know your opinion down in the comment section. What do you think about this video? Kindly make your opinion very respectfully. This channel doesn't support hateful speech, and this video is for educational purposes. It's not to bash any creator on this platform. Hey guys, my name is Maria David, and thank you so much for sticking around to this point. Don't forget to like, turn on the post notification bell, and of course I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.